Hey guys, this is Jesse with Detroit Metro Auction, and today this is a market update. I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff that's going on in my world. In case you're wondering, you know, I haven't done one of these videos in a little while, but we're going to go through a bunch of stuff that we have happening this month. And I'm going to start with real estate so that you can see what's going on with real estate because I get tons of questions about real estate because everybody's got to have it, right? So let me get this thing going. All right. So now I'm going to give you some fast stats, right? So these are stats about um, of my region, right? So I live in southeastern Michigan, and there's like 14 pages of info. We're going to look at some of the monthly indicators, right? So the year-to-date change in closed sales is down 12%, which is a lot, right? The year-to-date change of median sales price is up just a little bit, where the last few years it's been up quite a bit. And it's 22% down on I don't know if you guys can see my pointer or whatever, right? So this is all the overview. This is all the different pages that we're going to kind of just touch on real quick, right? So there's a little less, 4% less listings. Closed sales, there's 11% less closed sales, right? Medium sales price is up 4.3%, like we talked about before. And this is a whole region. So this is southeastern Michigan, right? And that was just for houses. Now condos is up a little bit in new listings. Closed sales is down 14%, which is ton, right? So we're not selling a lot. They're listing a little bit more than we did, and they're just closing less, right? There's new listings. So let's just kind of peek at these numbers real quick. So residential listings is down by 1,000 from 2021. I don't know if you can see this over here if you're following this at all. If anyone's watching this video at all, I hope that if you do follow along here, then you'll be able to have a good understanding of what's going on with the market, and then you'll be able to understand what else we have going on. Okay, so again, we're down, 10% as far as listings for condos as well from 2021. Now, pending sales, way down, right? So there's a lot less stuff selling. We're not in the market where we were before, where you didn't get your pick of the litter. Now, some of the properties are sitting on the market a little longer than they used to. There's a lot less of the houses that are going to market are actually selling. So now, closed sales were down big time. Looks like 1,300 from 2021. Days on the market. It's actually it's lower than it was just last year. Yeah, by one on the condos, and then by three for houses. So it's not horrible. I mean, it's actually better that they're staying on the market less. I think people are marketing the house better than they were before. Because it's taken a lot more to be a real estate agent in this market than it was last year or the year before. It seemed like anyone that could stick a sign on the ground to sell a house. Now it's a little bit harder. There's a lot of people getting out of the market, but I don't have statistics on that, so I won't even talk on that. Now the median price, it's staying, it's up by 4.3% in the region, right, for houses, and then 4.5% for condos. And so that's pretty good. Year to date, it's really flat though for the year to date. See how it was 245,000. This is all the whole region, right? This is all the way from like probably not quite Ann Arbor, and then east of that, and then not quite Flint, but south of that, and then all the way down river. I don't know how much you guys know about that. I don't know who's watching this video, but that's the Detroit area is the metropolis of Detroit. So the average sales price, like I said, it's pretty flat. It's up 1.7%. I feel like I'm getting lost in the sauce here. There's way too much information. We're just going to go to Macomb County now. These statistics are way easier to read. They make much more at-home sense to me, so I can talk about it a little bit more, with some more enthusiasm, because I'm not talking about what's going on in West Bloomfield and what's going on in, Plymouth or whatever. I sell more houses in East Point and Roseville and uh, you know, St. Clair Shores in St. Clair County, right? So that's just more of my speed. So the new listings here is that there's a slight dip. There's you know, a slight dip in everything. But the medium sales price, the prices are going up. The average house is selling for more money than it did last year, right? So a lot of people are saying, "Oh, is there going to be a market crash?" No, we're in a regular market now. This is like normal. People are complaining about you know, the average um, what's the average mortgage right now? The average mortgage rate, it's looking like 8%. Let's say you have really good credit and you got a bunch of money down. You're looking at like 7.7. I've seen some FHA and Michigan loans that are coming out with like in the sixes, but you have to qualify for that stuff, and it's lower than this medium home sale. So it's going to be in areas where you're going to think. I think she said 224,000. I got people if you want to talk to them about getting a mortgage, but you can get a pretty good rate right now. The average is over time, I think it's like 9%. So you're still under what the average was for you know, for the whole length of when their banks were giving out money or lending you money, right? So those are market statistics for Macomb County. It's just showing me that the market is still what I think it is, and that we're still selling houses. It's just a little bit different than what it was a couple of years ago, where stuff was flying off the market. There's a little more inventory out here, so if you are a buyer, it's a pretty good time to get in the market, especially in the wintertime, because people can't what do you call it? People can't. These are all expired listings that I've had. We're gonna look at some of my. We're gonna look at some of my active listings. So I have 4 active listings right now. I have Oatman, which is a house that's way out on. It's like 9 acres, and it's a manufactured house. There's a little partial basement, and then it's a crawl space. But the 9 acres is like wide open. So and that's all the way in Greenwood. If you don't know where that is, you know, if you know where Avoca is or Yale, that's that area. It's in the I guess the middle of the thumb. So if you're not from Michigan, this is how we do the map in Michigan, right? And the thumb is this part, right? It's north of Detroit. Detroit's down here, right? So then I have a business which is down in Hamtramck, and that's on Conant. We originally started at 60,000. We're down to 50,000 now. It's a pretty new business. It's a Bengali market, and they sell all types of Bengali goods there. So that'll probably sit on the market for a while because the guy's not willing to take a little less than it. But if you guys got questions on wanting to own a Bengali market, you know, go ahead and hit me up, email me, text me, whatever. LeMay just went back on the market, so I'm going down the list here, right? So LeMay is a church, it's a parish and a school. It's at 135,000. That's a giant project. I've been taking not a million, but 15,000 messages I got about this freaking property. I just can't sell it. So I work my ass off trying to sell it for everybody. So if you ever have a listing, I'll help you sell that. I'll do just as much work. Then we have a duplex that's on the east side of Detroit, just down like right 2 blocks over from LeMay. So that's a duplex. It's ready to rock. They looks like the previous owner stole the hot water tanks and the furnaces out of it. But other than that, it's good to go. It doesn't have holes in the walls. It needs a couple appliances. It needs the balcony replaced a little bit. That's above the walkway. It's all separated units, so I think that's a pretty sweet thing, and that's up for auction. So I have it listed for 100 or 75,000. The guy paid $89,000 last year, and it's going up for auction. The starting bid is 45,000, but we'll get to the auctions in a minute once I get through a couple more things here. So that's the listings that I have going on right now. We had a couple closings last month. I did a transaction coordinating gig for a house on the water in Clay Township, which is like Algonac, and then we had a closing for did a condo in Harrison Township, and that was pretty good too. So we're done with these market stats. Let's talk about gold and silver. I love gold and silver, bro. I love platinum, but I don't own any of that. So anyways, gold is up, right? Gold's up. It's not super high. You want to buy it in these dips, right? So we're looking at the spot price, right? So what you could buy this for. So a gold eagle right now, like is probably something that I would invest in. And those are selling for about $2,100 right now. Where I don't know, earlier this year you could have bought them for maybe around here would have been about $2,000, even though the spot price is only 1,900, right? The dealer's got to make some money, so that they're going to add like $100 to it, right? Right now it's like, what are we sitting at? We're a little less than 2,000. You can sell them for 2,100, so the dealer's making like $125 per coin, right? And that's a lot to buy. You can buy fractional gold too. You can buy a 1/10 of an ounce, a quarter ounce, half ounce, so you don't have to pay that much money. But the premium's a little bit higher on those, so you'll be paying the dealer a little bit more money to buy the fractional gold instead of the 1 ounces. Let's talk about silver. Silver's great. I love silver. I think it's going to be super pivotal element in the future because everything's going electric, right? And all those electric connections need silver. So right now it's at $23 is the spot price. So that means that you'll probably be able to buy. Look at it went up. It's moving as we talk. So anyways, it's going up a little bit. That means that you'll be able to buy a silver coin for probably around $28. So there's about $5 per coin to a dealer. You might be able to get some deals on it where it's like $3 more, so it's like 26 or 27 bucks. But that's each ounce, right? They sell fractional too, but a lot of times they'll even sell bigger amounts, right? So say like you have um, a bar, right? A 10-ounce bar, you can buy it much closer to spot. The bigger the piece of metal is, usually the cheaper the premium is. But it's down a little bit. Let's just touch on platinum and stuff. Platinum's way down, worth less than half of what gold is. So when they say, "Oh, I won a platinum trophy," it's like, dude, that's not the case anymore. Platinum's worth way less than gold. But if you're getting jewelry made out of it, it costs the same because platinum you have to melt it, and it burns at like I think 1,700 degrees. You have to melt it at, where gold is only less than 1,000. Palladium is also a trackable thing, and this one much flatter. It's worth about half of what gold is, right? Maybe a little more than half, but platinum is definitely less than half. So they use these industrially to make catalytic converters, right? You'll find some of that metal in each one of those, but it's only like by the gram, right? So there's 28 grams per ounce. And I think there's like a total of 7. So it's like a quarter ounce. A quarter ounce would be what? A quarter of, let's say a quarter ounce of platinum. So a quarter of that would be like, I don't know, maybe $150. There's $150 worth of precious metal in a catalytic converter. Okay, so let's pop over to this is the uh, what do you call it, gold to silver ratio. How many pieces of silver could you trade for a gold, right? So right now it's at 85. That means that um, it takes 85 pieces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold, right? 85 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. And that's crazy because it comes out of the ground something like, I mean, it's argued in all these different articles that I've read, but it's anywhere between seven to one, so 7 ounces to one, or the highest I seen I think was like 18 to one. So like it takes the same process to pull the stuff out of the ground, right? And it comes out of the ground, let's just say 15 to one. You This number's super skewed. 85 to one is like ridiculous. It should be somewhere more like 25. So when these people are like silver crazy, they're thinking that eventually this number will crush down into like the 20s, well, even if in the 50s, right? And you're buying it at 85 right now, and then it goes down to 50, that means your silver's worth way more gold, right? So if you buy some gold, that's the end goal for some kind of person that collects gold and silver. Like you want to be able to get as much gold as you can, because in my opinion, I think that's real treasure. Like if you can't hold it in your hand and you can't touch it or whatever, like sure, your bank account says you got $100,000, like ever holding $100,000 is a totally different feeling, in my opinion. But and then like holding a piece of gold that's like one of the most precious metals, and a piece of silver is way different than having like 20 bucks in my pocket or $2,000 in my pocket. It's like, you know, it's real treasure. But anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about some auctions. So we got 3 auctions right now. We got another one we need to inventory. We have the uh Goswalad estate. So this estate has an awesome tractor inside of it. And no thanks, I already own the company. I don't need updates. Oh man, so we got to change that. I have a dead. That wasn't supposed to do that. This is supposed to take me to the other current auction, so I need to fix that on the website. No one's perfect. So, anyways, this guy owned a heating and cooling company, so he has a ton of heating and cooling stuff. But he also has like a little farm, so he has like a bunch of farm stuff, right? We've been auctioning this stuff off for probably the last, I don't know, 3 months. He had a place up north, and now we're over here at his uh, wife's house, cleaning out their barn. And so, and he's got lawnmowers, he's got rototillers, he's got cool old cabinets, cool old ropes, saws, anything. So this is the tractor. Its estimated value is like $20,000 with the attachments, right? So like if you check it out, look at all these pictures. It's only got 94 hours on it. 94 hours. That's how new this thing is, right? Look at the tires. It's like brand new, right? So it comes with the brush hog. It comes with that backhoe attachment. That backhoe attachment. Look at this. This is why I took a picture of that. It's not even scratched. It's not. It didn't even dig in the dirt, in the rocks or anything. It's just It's still perfect. I mean, you could see it has some dirt in there, like it dug something, but didn't dig anything hard. Anyways, so that's next Monday. That's on what is that? November 13th. November 14th, we have the duplex ending, which is Harding. You can go through here and click through the pictures and stuff, but like I said, it was just sold for 89,000. We're starting the bid at what was it, $45,000. That's a steal. This isn't wrecked. This isn't wasted. You're ready to like throw some new appliances in, put a little bit of, see where I'm talking about? There's like a hole back up in here. That pad will probably have to get replaced, but there's only a few things that got to get done. Look, I mean, it's ready to rock, dude. This is the basement. It's kind of gross down there. I didn't want to see they took the hot water tank out of here, but here's the furnace. So the furnace is still in one of the units. And see, and then the furnace is gone out of this one now. So there's still a furnace in the one side, but there's not in the other. So you check out those pictures. This is in the attic. This is like the old stove they used to have from like when they probably built the place. See this hole? This is the alley. So I mean that's gross. It's gonna have to get figured out or get the city on it. I put all this information on here so I don't have to deal with it. So if you have questions about the property, you can just kind of pull these up and take a look at it. But that's that auction. That one ends on the 14th. The next one is the Blue Water Auction House consignment auction. We're going to pick up a whole pizza bar downriver, in Westland. Right now, what's inside of here is there's a pie company in the area, and they are unloading a bunch of their stuff they don't need. Right, so they have like deli prep coolers, they have packaging machines, they have depositors, they have conveyor belts, they have like this is a whole pallet of sheet pans, dude. That's a whole pallet of sheet pans. They're not wasted. They just didn't have any more use for them. And what does that sell for? $5? Each one of those sold for $10 a piece 3 years ago. $10 a piece. And there's like how many? There's a pallet load, right? There's probably like 150. So it's like over $1,000, maybe $1,500 in sheet pans selling for $5. There's dough dividers, there's bread slicers, I think this is a dough rounder. I mean, dude, there's just all kind of good stuff in here. There's kettle, there's floor scrubber. So anyway, this one ends on, that's the Monday before Thanksgiving. So we're gonna add a bunch of stuff to that. So I do appreciate you guys watching. I'm sure that you probably got bored at some point here and probably bailed. But if you didn't, say something in this video. Say something in the things, and maybe I'll mail you something. I got some calendars. I got some cups. I got some pens. If you want some free stuff and you're watching this video to the end, I will send it to you. You can go to Detroit Metro Auction and get my email, or you can just email Jesse at DetroitMetroAuctions.com. Email me your address, and either I'll come drop it off myself or I'll mail it, put it in the mail for you. So free stuff for paying attention. And so go to DetroitMetroAuctions.com or JesseLSells.com, and let's get it together. So I appreciate you watching, and I'm sorry I'm so long at the tooth, but there's a lot of information I got to get through. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you.